What's going on, guys? How you doing, ambassadors? So first, I want to say, um, first week down, congratulations. I know everyone that is a new challenger has been contacted by their ambassador and is already getting a great working relationship with them. So that's great, and I appreciate it. All right, like I said, this is a beta program, one I really want to keep going, past the challenge, and offer to anyone again that is a new member. They get an ambassador and everything. So that's my intention, is to keep this going through every challenge and generally keep the same people and add on to that as we go forward. Okay. So this video is to say thank you very much for you guys' hard work. And also, I just got done with the meeting and trying to iron out some small details that were left out when I initially did this ambassador thing, because I kind of like in the wake of, you know, meetings and getting the ambassadors together and everything. A lot of things got dropped in the process, and that's on me, and I apologize. So I'm here to clear a couple of those things up and in this video. And if you guys still have questions, please post them below, and I will definitely make sure that I answer them in a timely manner. Okay, and you get a direct answer from me. So, couple questions. I know one I saw on the page was contact time and contact. How much you should, how many times, or how little you should be contacting your the people your ambassador to. Again, it depends, and I know I saw a lot of answers. It kind of depends. I would say at least 3 times a week, making sure that one of those times during the week is on the weigh-in day after they have weighed in, just to make sure how they're doing, what issues they had weighing in, congratulate them, keep them fired up, keep them moving forward, okay? Whether it's weight or measurements they drop, okay, make sure that they know that you're there to support them, you're checking in on them, and you're there for their well-being, okay? That's basically what you're there for. You are the expert, so because you've been through the challenge before, you've been through a couple challenges before, and you know exactly what they're going through. All right. So just make sure that you are that helping hand, that shoulder to lean on if they have any help, if they need any help, or whatever. Okay. So that's contact time. Number two, another one is basically you guys are taking the reins on the new challengers. Um, contact with them. Like, yes, I will be talking to them. Yes, I will be doing everything to make sure everything's okay, making sure that, they're having a great time, making sure they're getting everything out the workouts, making sure they're getting everything out the challenge, anything they need support wise. Definitely gonna do my part, okay? But you guys are kind of like the first line before they get to me about questions regarding nutrition, questions regarding workouts, questions regarding some supplements, questions regarding um, what to do if like they work all night and they ain't got no food, or questions about meal timing, or questions about anything else. Okay, the reason why I put that on you guys and I asked you guys to do that is because you guys honestly know more about that than I do. To the fact that, okay, I work an overnight. Here's how I did it to become successful. Or I have 2 kids. I'm running all over the place. Here, how I was able to get my 4 or 5 meals in. Okay, or you know, I got a husband I got that is never around while I'm working out, and I got the kids that I get watched. And here's how I worked it out with the husband to make sure I get my 4 workouts in a week. Okay, you guys are better at that than I am. Remember, I don't have any children. I have no kids. So for the most part, if I want to lose weight, if I want train for something, I got all eyes on deck. I can focus a little bit more on myself. Okay, I understand. Most of you guys here don't have that. You have husband, wife, children. Get that, all right? So now you guys are better experts than me to go around that stuff to where you can actually directly affect somebody's mindset to more positive thoughts if you can show them what you did, being in the same situation as they were, to make sure that they are successful in the challenge. All right. And so I really appreciate that, you guys, and that's what you guys' role is. Okay. So you guys are kind of like the frontline defense as far, I don't want to make defense, but you guys are frontline in front of before me, answer any of the questions, any of the problems, make sure that they're doing things right, make sure to stay on task with nutrition, making sure that they're getting to the workouts, even if you have to give them, I know some people are giving their people like wake up calls or pump up calls or whatever. Guys, I love that. Whatever you got to do to make sure they're motivated. And also, this is for you as well. Because think about it, you're keeping someone else on track. You got to make sure that you are on track, and I help you guys stay on track. See how it works? I help you guys. You guys help. You guys as ambassadors help the challengers, and that's kind of how it goes. Okay. So I directly affect your guy, try to directly affect your guys' change, the best way I know how as a coach, and you guys directly affect the challengers change the best way you guys know through your experience in the challenges and your experience as members in the IWSF program. Okay? But if you do have an issue with the challenger and something that you can't handle or they're just not listening to you, please by all means reach out to me. I'll handle it. Believe me, okay? Because I don't want any bad blood between this where I gotta move people around too much. All right? So don't be afraid to come to me with an issue. I want to hear about it. I want to help. Now, the biggest issue of the first week, all right, this was like Armageddon, all right, and I understand that this is my fault. I didn't explain this thoroughly enough to you guys, so you guys can explain it thoroughly enough to the challengers. Okay, now the habit sheet. All right, what your role is as an ambassador with the habit sheet is to check up on the challengers. Okay, making sure that they are following it, making sure that they are instructing those habits. So week one, and again, this is on me. Some people said they didn't get it, but I made sure I put it out there on the 8-week challenge site as a downloadable file. So they should have it now, and they should all have downloaded it. If they didn't, make sure they do. Okay. Now, all I want them doing is following, making sure they eat lean protein. That's it. I don't really care about how much they're getting right now. I'm not worried about how often it is. I want to make sure that they're eating lean protein every meal. Here's why I broke it down this easy, guys, and I want you to understand. In this challenge, we're basically taking people from the worst eating habits possible. Okay? They're eating shit for every meal. They're either not eating anything, like but once, maybe twice a day, some people, and everything else is like binging, or they are under eating by a lot. Okay? They all kind of coincide with each other, but you guys get what I'm saying. They have shit habits now, number one. Okay? In my experience as a fitness professional and everything, I've felt that one of the worst things to do when you're trying to transform somebody into a more sustainable eating habit, especially nutrition, that's where most people fail. Working out's the easy part, is to give them too much at once. All right? And that means having them, track on MyFitnessPal and this and that. We will get to all that stuff. Believe me, I have a plan in place for all that. Okay, it's not that I'm negating that. It's not that I don't want them tracking MyFitnessPal how much protein and how much fat and how much carbs. They will eventually do that before the challenge is over. All right, but my strong feeling is that we build them up through certain habits first. Okay, make sure that every meal they're eating, they're getting lean protein. And make sure that every meal they're eating, they're getting carb sources in, unprocessed. Make sure that every meal they're eating, they're getting some sort of fat, to making their meals more complete and more nutrient dense than just maybe like a piece of fruit and a yogurt, right? Or a piece of fruit and an apple. I'm sorry, a piece of fruit, excuse me, and some peanut butter, and that's the only thing they eat for like 5, 6, 7 hours. Okay, that's not really helping them. What we're trying to enforce them increasing the density and the nutrients of each meal before we get, like, just in general, before we get into specifics. So we'll get into specifics of this person weighs 200 pounds, they should be getting at X amount of protein. We're going to get to that. I promise you, we will get to that. All right. But first, I want them just learning basics. Eat protein every meal. Because a lot of people, they don't do that. We may think that they do. Every meal is just a given. Protein. Okay. Then they're going to ask, okay, is peanut butter protein? That's what a lot of people think. It's not. Eat protein every meal. Get carbs in every meal. Do that. Become consistent at all of it. Because the thing that ties us all together is being consistent with those habits, no matter what. Okay, and if they're not consistent every single day of the week throughout this challenge, then they're not going to be consistent when the challenge is over, and then everything they're going to do is go to shit. Okay, so what I'm just looking for is that they do the assigned tasks. Okay, that's all I want from you guys. That's all you guys make sure they are doing, the assigned tasks. So day one, week one. Eat lean protein in every single meal. They go to the blue list, they figure out their proteins, they make a recipe or they do another recipe about that, and, they add it. Every day they're successful, they put a check mark, not an X, check mark. Okay, every day they're successful, and they keep going all the way throughout the week. All right. Now, on a day, if they don't seem to do the habit, they seem to miss it, or for whatever reason they didn't do it, for whatever reason, they draw an X. Okay? And what's going to happen is I'm going to have them get with you because I'm going to check this stuff. I want to check it, make sure it's going down, but I want them to talk to you about the issue that they're having because you're doing more. I'll lend some assistance should they need it, but you definitely need it. But you guys are the ones that they are talking to more often than me. Okay, as far as like, hey, listen, this and that, and then they're checking up with you more than they are with me. Okay, so lend some experience as to what they are having issues with. Okay, so if for day 4 they didn't they didn't get in all the lean protein, make sure they let you know why, and you guys fix that. Okay, same thing with week 2, carbs. Now they're doing carbs and protein in the same in every meal. Now it makes now this is not to say they eat only protein or they eat only carbs in every meal. Pro, they eat what they eat normally according to the challenge nutrition, but they make sure that the one thing they have to get every meal is protein. They make sure that they have to get every meal protein and carbs. Make sure that week 3 they have to get every day protein, carbs, and fat. Now week 4 they get more into the nitty gritty of nutrition, eating at least 4 meals a day, 3.5 to 4 hours spread apart. Okay. All right. So and now each day that they don't follow the specific task, they get an X. All right. So that's basically it with the habit sheet. Again, guys, I'm sorry that I did this and it looks like I did it half-ass. I don't do that, and I'm gonna make things better from now on. Okay. Um, so I apologize for having so much confusion. I appreciate you guys' patience and understanding and working through everything, with other ambassadors and figuring it out. I appreciate that. Um, Again, like I said, I don't want to do things half-assed from here on out because you guys don't deserve that, and neither do the challengers. So I want to make it honestly a mission of mine to just see things, follow things all the way through. Okay, if there's an issue and I know about it, and you guys tell me about it, I want to make sure I solve it. All right. But those are the three big things I want to address. Oh, and also one more thing on the nutrition. I know I kind of nipped this in the butt earlier in the week, but make sure that they follow everything on the non-approved foods list for what they cannot eat. Okay, that's all the stuff they cannot have. All right, so let's get that one out the way too. But back to what I was saying, I appreciate you guys' patience very much. So if you have any issues, please come to me. All right, I want to know about them. I want to fix them. I want to make this better. Okay, for you guys and the new challenges coming in, because we're not none of us are gonna get to our goals if this is not better. Okay, and if we're not doing our best, so I want to make sure that this is the best around. Cool. All right. So have a great day, guys. And if you have any questions, post below in the video, and I'll make sure I answer them. All right. Take it easy.